we are truly blessed that the feast day of the entry of the young Mother of God into the temple falls on a Sunday. I think you have heard some of the incidences about this time, that the young child Mary, the daughter of Yekimenana, who promised to give their child to the temple, to the service of the Lord, if in their old age they were to have a child, which came to pass. And in the age of 3, they went to the temple to fulfill that promise, to give her over to obviously some sort of special group that was there in the temple of young girls who learnt about the faith either to remain, as we would possibly say, monastic in our times, or as women who would marry into families, men who might become the rabbis or the priests in the temple. It was with great joy that Mary came to this feast day just for her, having been brought up already with quite a bit of the Old Testament scripture, especially the Psalms. She, as she went up it was 21 steps to the main part of the temple, stopped on each one and recited the Psalms, which we have now called the Psalms of Ascent, which are towards the last pages of the Psalter, to whom I urge you all to read. They're very short psalms, and they're full of joy and hope and prophecy and all sorts of wondrous things about the promises of the Lord. And there Mary abode until the time came for her to be presented to Archangel Gabriel, who was to seek a free choice from her of whether she would be willing to become the bearer of God in the flesh, which was the Feast of Annunciation, which we celebrate usually somewhere around the Great Lenten period or very shortly after Pascha. Right now, we have a very, precious friend of ours who is under great pain and under great tribulation in hospital with a heart that is giving way second by second. His name is Sotirios, and some of you may know him. He was the founder, I think, and the president of the Thalassemia Society. Thalassemia being the sickness with which he was born, a genetic sickness. And very few people live beyond, even up to adulthood with that sort of sickness. He's certainly beaten those records. But you can imagine the asceticism of this young person. Every month he has to go and have a full blood transfusion. to take medication of various types. On top of doing his regular high quality technical work and looking after his wife. Last week he became very ill with his heart, and yesterday when we saw him it was barely functioning at 10%, and it was falling all the more. And we of course asked God for a miracle that he might recover, but if things take their course the way they normally do, the chances are that he will be taken by the Lord. And I know that he's ready for that. And I know that he's been seeking that. And I know that he is a true spiritual hero of our time, a saintly person. To have such a sickness all your life and to thank the Lord for it takes great spiritual fortitude. Moreover, in a talk that he gave once, he said that the Lord gave him a friend in his life to look after him, that friend being that sickness that he had. That is, of course, the righteous way of looking upon such things. Many people, when they come down with chronic illnesses, take a long, long time to come to terms with it. Some never do. And I know that he has long ago. You'll probably hear more about him and about his life in the future. Please pray for him as he is still alive, as far as I know, under intensive care. And when I was telling you just now about the Psalms of Ascent that the Mother of God uttered on her ascent into the temple, in the early part of the Psalter there are psalms crying out to the Lord on why has the Lord so afflicted me? Why is it that others, the so-called sinners, go and walk with freedom, they don't have any of this tribulation, everything seems to be peaceful in their life, and they even die peacefully? And then King David, who wrote the Psalms, answers and says that that bothered him a lot until he came and saw their end, where these people end up. Because they never thanked the Lord, they never acknowledged their God, they didn't follow the true faith. The result is a place where there is weeping and gnashing of teeth. Such contrasts in our lives that we see. Everybody's repose is very personal, and everybody's is very specific. And talking to some people yesterday who wanted to know whether something like adultery 100 years ago bore the same weight as adultery does today. Well, of course it does. Of course it does. But there are specifics, whatever they may be. specifics then and specifics now. Why and how and by which manner those sort of things came. And therefore for us to generalise and judge on those things is not right and is usually proven wrong and embarrasses those who start those sorts of things going. In any case, we ask you, please pray for Sotirios, his whole family. If he beats us to the kingdom of heaven, which it looks like he will, then, because he's been a good friend of ours, perhaps we will find favour before the Lord and be able to help us as an intercessor as well. He said last week after he had Holy Communion that he felt like some very unusual and pleasant feelings that came over him in that. How many other people are there like that? And any of you who have the opportunity to work in areas like that and come across people, Orthodox people who are suffering in like manner, to pass that word on so that those, in case they don't have anyone to give them confession and Holy Communion, to arrange that. And you'd be surprised how many there are like that. You'd be surprised. In any case, we today, right now, we come here and we partake of Christ's body and blood for the week, which is to burn away the sinfulness that lives in us and to prepare us in case our time comes also to be taken by the Lord. And thus this idea that some people have, that I'll come to church on Pascha or on my name's day or something like that, is a totally wrong understanding of what Orthodoxy is all about. Just as it is wrong to say that, adultery 100 years ago had a different meaning to adultery today. It's not true. It has the same meaning, the same consequences. The specifics of that, which only the Lord can show in all its detail, is that which accuses or excuses a person from such things. God help us all during this Lenten nativity period, and please again I ask you, remember Sotirios in your prayers, and if he does pass away, he'll remember you, know that. Because on top of his work as the president of the senior society, he did a lot of missionary work. Very similar to what we used to do. Bring books to various areas, good, new books, Orthodox books. Tell people about them and say, buy it. Buy it. This is for the salvation of your soul. God help us. Give us strength too, to have that boldness before the Lord and not to be wimps and cowards. Particularly since we have the truth, that should be shouting it from the roof.